Thanks to resub Shanks.
Good afternoon, Ms. Heard.
Oh, sorry, volume's really low. Sorry, that was from music.
Mr. Depp hasn't looked at you once this entire trial, has he?
Not that I've noticed, no.
You've looked at him, though, many times, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You know exactly why Mr. Depp won't look back at you, don't you?
I do.
He promised you you would never see his eyes again. Isn't that true?
I don't recall if he said that.
One of the last times you ever saw Mr. Depp was when you met him in San Francisco.
This is coming out
in July
swinging.
2016, right?
That was the second to last time I saw him, yes.
Thanks to Prime Papa
And
and
this
the
was
recent
after you
South
had
Park
publicly
odd
accused him of
Tier 1
domestic
Hocus.
violence.
I got my restraining order before that, yes.
And this is after you had obtained the domestic violence restraining order against him.
That's correct.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 1229.
Yusuf Connor.
For the record, it's at 1101 through 1209. I'm going to ask that it be admitted into evidence.
Any objection to 1229?
Yes.
This lawyer goes in. It seems like it. She's already kind of come out the gate firing.
You want to enter it in its...
I have to imagine, though, that's not the reason Johnny Depp doesn't look at her. That's like some anime shit. I promise she'd never see my eyes again. It's probably he really doesn't want to look at a woman who has uprooted his entire life with all kinds of crazy shit.
Entirety?
Yes, please.
Okay. 1229 entered in its entirety. Go ahead and play your section.
Thanks to resub Emotional Panda. The 5 gift subs again, Ghost. Thank you, man.
No. Oh no, a hug will save it all. All this, everything we just been
I just wanted to touch you.
through. Really? After all this shit you just said?
I just wanted to give
After
you a
all this
hug.
shit you fucking accused me of, you
Yes,
want to
please,
touch me?
please stop me.
Fucking
Please stop.
fucking nuts.
Please, I just wanted to hug you and say bye. I wanted to end
Yeah,
that.
we did that last
So it sounds like they have new evidence.
time.
I've never heard this.
No, because I'm nothing to you. And I will always be nothing to you.
Calm. Calm.
What? You're not my shrink.
Your hands are hard. Please just calm down.
No, you're in a fucking heart.
Oh, no, can I just see each other, please?
No, we'll never see each other again.
I can't really understand what's being said.
Take my fucking glasses off. You don't like fucking looking at not my fucking eyes? You will not see my eyes again.
Oh. Well, I guess that was real.
That's you and Mr. Depp in that recording.
That is.
And this is from when you and Mr. Depp met in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like. That was in the hotel. We met once after that as well.
Thanks to resub Crimson,
This is
Noah,
after you publicly
Rhetoric,
accused him
and
of
Prime
domestic
Drake.
abuse.
Yes, and got my TRO.
And he tells you you will not see my eyes again, doesn't he?
Yes, he does in that recording.
And he kept that promise, hasn't he?
As far as I know, he cannot look at me.
He won't look at you, right, Miss Heard?
He can't.
Thanks to resub Swick.
One of the first questions your counsel asked you on direct is, why are
Prime
you
Dank.
here? Do you remember that?
I do.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 357A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. And for the record, it's 2122 through 2140.
Yeah, again, I don't know why Amber Heard's dressed like this. I've seen it compared to Kim Jong-un, Mao Zedong, and Dr. Evil.
Judge thinks. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And
Yes.
I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
That's your voice on that recording, right?
Yes, it is.
And you were speaking with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
And you said to Mr. Depp, quote, you can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and the judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, a victim too of domestic violence. End quote. That's what you said, right?
I was saying it to the man who beat me up, yes. I thought it was preposterous.
And the man you beat up numerous times.
Oh,
Right, Ms. Heard?
I could never hurt Johnny.
vicious.
You're here in this courtroom because Mr.
God
Depp
damn.
finally told the world that he is a victim of domestic violence.
I know that he is suing me and has sued other people or corporations that have said that as well.
You didn't think he would tell the world he was a victim of domestic violence, did you?
I found it hard to believe that he could or that he would do that, considering the relationship he and I had. I thought it would be crazy for him to do so, knowing what I know we lived through.
Or, as you said to him in that recording, who was going to believe that Johnny Depp, a man, is a victim of domestic violence?
My God, they're cooking Amber's cheeks right
All
now.
due respect, I
She's
wasn't
kind of going
saying
in.
it because he's a man. I was saying it because he's a man who beat me up for 5 years.
Mr. Depp is your victim, isn't he?
No, ma'am.
And once he left you, you continued to abuse him publicly by calling him an abuser, didn't you?
He is an abuser, and you can look either of us up online and figure out who's being abused online.
That's a really bad play, Amber, because when you look up your name plus domestic abuse, even aside from Johnny Depp, you get the actual criminal lawsuit with you and your ex-girlfriend where you beat her up. So, like, you wouldn't really want people to look you up plus domestic abuse, even outside of Johnny Depp. She's on the ropes right now. Thank you for the tier 1 Jube and the Prime Zebub and the resub Pyres Anonymous and the 3 gift subs Ollie and the bits Ultra. It's a big fucking yikes. It is. She has a legitimate case against her from 2009 where she beat up her ex-girlfriend. But then she said it was actually overplayed. She didn't beat her up. She simply hit her or something like that.
Look at some of that. Mr. Depp wears rings on every finger, doesn't he, Miss Heard?
That's my experience, yes.
And they're not delicate rings, are they?
No, they are not.
Every one of his fingers is adorned, your words, big, chunky rings. Isn't that right?
That's my experience of him.
And Mr. Depp is always wearing rings, right, Miss Heard?
That's my experience of him.
And you've never known him not to wear these rings.
That's my experience, is he normally wore rings, yes.
So Mr. Depp was wearing these big, chunky rings on every finger. Every incident of abuse you've described to this jury, right?
I can't say for certain it was in every single incident.
But you've never known him not to wear rings, right?
In general, my experience with Johnny is that he wears rings almost all the time.
Is he wearing rings right now? His hands are blocked by a monitor. Like
Sir,
Super
do
Bowl
you recall
rings?
giving testimony in a deposition in this matter in January of this year?
I do.
Can we please play
There's your subunit in the Prime.
from your
Shows
deposition, day 2,
How'd you like it, 2-unit?
512, page 512, lines 11 through 15?
Makes the bits ask.
You said he hit you and he was wearing rings, right, Ms. Heard? So he hit you with rings on every finger?
I don't know if I've ever known Johnny to not wear rings.
Yeah.
Ms. Heard, you testified to an incident in March of 2013 where Mr. Depp hit you in the face multiple times. Do you recall that?
That's correct.
And you testified, quote, "You don't know how many times he hit you in the face."
That's correct.
Thank you, the Big 10 gift subs
So
fish.
Mr. Depp hit you
Appreciate
in the
it, man.
face multiple times while he was wearing rings on this occasion, correct?
Which occasion in March are you referencing? You weren't
The
specific.
testimony that you gave on day 15 of this trial, March of 2013. You weren't specific as to the day.
There were several incidents.
The one where he hit you several times in the face.
I'm sorry, just so I understand better. There were several incidents in March. Which one are you asking me about?
The time that he hit you several times in the face wearing rings.
God, Jesus Christ.
Well, he pretty
in
much
March of
always.
2013.
Right. What are you asking me? I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Oh my
He was
God.
wearing rings on that
Jesus
occasion.
Christ.
I pretty much always knew him to wear rings.
Okay, let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 170A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. You testified that this is a picture you took after that incident, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, that was one where he grabbed me.
And hit you in the face so many times that you don't remember. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And there's no injuries to your face in this picture, are there?
Not that this picture shows.
And there's no medical records reflecting that you sought treatment after this alleged incident either.
I did not seek medical treatment at this time.
So there's no medical records reflecting any injuries to your face after he hit you several times,
I did not need to go to the doctor at the time.
despite hitting you several times that you lost count with rings on on his fingers.
That's correct. I did not seek medical attention, other than my therapist.
Well, there's no injuries to the face, as she
Testified to
just
another
confirmed,
incident in March of
which means that statement was a lie.
2013, where Mr. Depp hit you while he was wearing a lot of rings. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
And you testified you felt like your lip went through your teeth and it got a little blood on the wall.
Yes, I remember that.
There isn't a picture of you with injuries after that alleged incident, is there?
I don't know if I've seen one. I can't recall. There are a lot of pictures.
You didn't produce any photographs after that alleged incident, did you, Ms.
I don't know if I took one or if it's included.
Reese
I'm
the
not
prime
quite
toast
sure
and
which
Reese of
ones.
You
dragon
didn't
and
show
duck
any pictures
and
to the
plain.
jury after describing that
Exhibits
alleged
10.
incident, that your teeth, your lip went into your teeth. You don't remember that, right? You
I
didn't show
don't-
any pictures to this jury after describing that incident, right?
I don't believe I've seen that picture admitted.
That picture doesn't exist.
I don't know which one you're talking about. We have pictures from March 2013.
What do
yes.
you mean? What the fuck?
The only picture that you've produced.
Who is coaching Amber for, like, debate team here? Like, a high schooler? This isn't... Granted, I've seen very little, but this usually isn't how it happens, right? Usually, it's a lot more concise and pointed as opposed to obtuse. Because she's already completely thrown out this entire picture with this strategy. She confirmed that this is the incident where she claimed Johnny Depp hit her so many times in the face she forgot or she lost count. And then the picture to back up that evidence is a bruise on her arm which shows no injury to the face, which immediately discredits that photo. She is terrible at this. I know she fired her entire team beforehand, but didn't she replace them, or is she just going solo? That's a real question. I don't know. Did she, like, hire a new team after she fired them? Oh, it was her. Oh, that's right. It was a PR team. Oh, that's right. I forgot it was a PR team. He's a tier 1 goblin.
Shown to this jury is the one that was just
Here's a
put up
professor.
on the screen.
Dat and Prime
You said he
Buggy.
hit you multiple times in the face, and you appear to have what is a bruise on your arm, correct?
I believe this is the only picture that's in evidence right now.
That's the only picture you've shown to this jury from March 2013, correct?
I believe so.
You testified about an incident in Russia on or about June 26, 2013. Do you remember that?
Yes, that's correct.
You testified that Mr. Depp, quote, whacked you in the face.
That's correct.
And you went to the bathroom after that, right?
I did.
And then, according to your testimony, when you came out of the bathroom, Jerry Judge, Mr. Depp's security guard, who's passed away, pointed out that your nose was bleeding, right?
He did that in the hallway.
And you said you hadn't known that your nose was bleeding until Jerry Judge pointed it out
Is
to
your
you?
sub Sark?
Yes, that's correct.
Big
I was
Zup
unaware
and
until
Bits
he brought it
Gamer.
up to me. I didn't see it when I was in the bathroom, but I wasn't looking.
Resub
So,
Queef.
so it's your testimony that you went into the bathroom and didn't look in the mirror, which I assume was in the bathroom, to notice that your nose was bleeding?
That's not why I went into the bathroom. I went into the bathroom crying. I don't even know if I paid attention to the mirror. I certainly didn't enough to notice any blood.
And you didn't take any pictures of your bloody nose either, did you?
I did not.
But pictures were taken of you in Russia, though. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We had a press or a dinner.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1248.
Fuck.
Ms. Heard, this is a picture of you and Mr. Depp in Russia, correct?
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit.
All right, no objection. 1248 in evidence. You can publish.
There's Resub Dill Pickle.
And this is you and Mr. Depp in Russia for the Lone Ranger premiere, correct?
It was
Oh man, what
dinner
a stinker of a movie.
function, I believe, in promotion of the movie. Wasn't the premiere, if I recall.
You don't have any visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Let's look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 1249.
He's a prime prolapsed anus.
This is a picture of you, isn't it right?
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit Exhibit 1249.
All right, 1249 in evidence.
Damn,
This
paparazzi's
is also
actually
a
really
picture
helping
from
this
when you
case.
were in Russia for the Lone Ranger premiere, right?
That is correct.
And you have no visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Even though Mr. Depp whacked you in the face so hard that your nose bled
He did.
while wearing chunky big rings, right?
That's correct.
Ah, sounds reasonable. I have to imagine, now granted, I'm no pugilist, if you're getting blasted by, like, rings on fingers, it'd probably be kind of similar to, like, brass knuckles in a certain extent, right? That'd cause some serious damage, right? And she's still gonna sit there with a straight face and be like, you just can't see it, but it's there. Thanks to resub Crunchy Velvet in TWP in Torley. This is only an hour and 55 minutes, and I feel like it's a speed run by dismantling half of her claims already. That's already through like 3 of them. Man, she's really going in. She said, alright, I'm going to take this down, but I also have a lunch scheduled for 3 hours from now, so let's make it quick. Good lord. It also helps that Amber Heard's doing a terrible job at defending herself.
You also testify that Mr. Depp, again, whacked you in the face after the Met Gala in May of 2014, right?
That is correct.
You testified that you thought he hit you so hard he broke your nose.
That's correct.
You said your nose was, quote, swollen, discolored, red.
That is correct. I took a picture of that.
You testified you took a picture of your face after this.
I did.
But you didn't show that picture to this jury, did you?
I would like to.
But you didn't show it, did you?
That's not up to me.
You understand you were under an obligation to produce all photographs after any alleged incidents of violence, right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
You didn't produce any
Who stopped that
photographs
photo
after
then? The
Met Gala.
Hamburglar?
I produced everything.
You also understand that you're under an obligation to produce all medical records reflecting any injuries you allegedly sustained from Mr. Depp, correct?
That's correct.
And you haven't produced any pictures or any medical records reflecting a broken nose after the Met Gala in May of 2014, have you?
I have given everything to my lawyers. Everything. I've turned over literally everything.
You need to fire those
Is it
assholes
your
then.
testimony, Ms. Heard, that you sought medical treatment after Mr. Depp allegedly broke your nose after the Met Gala?
Not after the Met Gala. I did not seek medical attention, no.
You also attended an event after the Met Gala in May of 2014, didn't you?
That is correct.
You went to the All-Star Comedy Tribute to Don Rickles.
That is correct.
That was the next night after the Met Gala.
That is correct.
And there were pictures of you taken at this event.
Yes.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's
Is it Brian
Exhibit 1252. This is a picture of you, Ms. Heard,
Yes, it is.
at that event,
Yes, it is.
the night after the Met Gala,
Yes, it is.
the night after Mr. Depp allegedly broke your nose.
I'm not sure if it was broken, for the record, but yeah, you should see what it looked like underneath the makeup.
He whacked you so hard in the face that you thought you had broken your nose.
Exactly.
It's really hard for makeup to fix a
Permission
broken
to
nose without
admit
medical
this
attention.
All right, 1252 in evidence.
That must be some crazy makeup.
This is a picture of you, Mr. Depp, and Don Rickles, right?
That is correct.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1253.
Thanks to the resub Broin and Aranith.
This is another picture from that evening, right, Ms. Heard?
True Shrigma.
Yes, it is.
Permission to admit Exhibit 1253 and publish it.
All right, so moved. 1253 in evidence.
This is a picture of you and Mr. Depp.
Man, that makeup really
at the
fixed
event
that broken
the night
nose
after
right
Mr.
up.
Depp allegedly whacked you in the face so hard you thought he had broken your nose.
He did whack me in the face, and I did think it broke my nose.
And this is you the night after.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for the 10 gift subs.
Let's
Kakate?
please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit
for that, man.
1254. This is also a picture of you at the same event, correct, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Move to admit Plaintiff's Exhibit 1254.
A picture of her doing coke or something. How many pictures do they have from this event? Holy shit.
Just to confirm now that the jury can see it, this is a picture of you at the same event, the night after Mr. Depp allegedly whacked you in the face so hard you thought he broke your nose.
This is a picture of me after he did whack me in the face.
The night after, right?
Yes, it is. I believe it was the night after, yes.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Ms. Heard?
I'm wearing makeup.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Ms. Heard?
That's why I'm wearing makeup.
Right. And makeup covers up swelling, right?
Ooh.
Will not cover up swelling. Ice will, though.
Ice will cover up swelling?
Ice reduces swelling. Normally, the swelling after that kind of injury is not as bad as you might imagine. And for me,
What?
it wasn't that bad. I
Bro,
have a picture of it.
if you even get hit in the nose with like a basketball off of a bad pass, that shit puffs up. Let alone getting hit with a giant ringed fist. These are not good claims to be making, Miss Turd. Man, geez, there are so many pictures. They came prepared. They did their homework. Thanks for 5 gift subs, 12. I appreciate that, man. And it's good to see you. I hope you had a good day. And the tier 1 Jolk and the Prime Drake.
Underneath the makeup, that's how I know how to reference it.
A picture you haven't produced or shown to
did.
this jury, right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
But you haven't shown it to this jury.
I would very much like to. It's not my job.
And she hates her lawyers, too. I mean, I would, too, after this, to be honest.
Yes, it's fine.
Pretty smart, though, to use the lawyers as the scapegoat. But also pretty stupid, considering they're the ones that are trying to keep you $50 million not in the hole. Thanks for resub, Grimpsy. And the Prime Veer. Oh, it's $70 million. I thought it was 50. Amber Heard using chug jugs before taking photos. Okay, then. Yeah, I guess. Thanks to the resub, Grape Juice and Sunny. The gift sub, Mick. The Better Call Saul. Yeah. Saul Goodman would have probably saved her. Is she going to jail too? That's not the purpose of the trial. So no. Unless she somehow, like, implicates herself in a big way, like, something straight out of a cartoon, like, yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again too, and then lunges over at Johnny and starts beating his ass. Thanks for 10 gift subs, Green Tea. I appreciate that. Thank you for the generosity. And resub Abnerm and tier 1 Galeg. And the bits Kopi and 18. James Corden's about to make a cameo in this cross exam. God, I hope not. Doing alright, Kopi. Hope you're doing well. There's a chance she may with perjury. I highly doubt. I mean, granted, I haven't finished this, but I don't think there's any case of perjury against her, is there? Oh, wow. Amber Heard perjury investigation continues. Holy shit. And a dog smuggling lawsuit. Don't know what that is. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna take a tinkle real quick. I gotta pee. And they're on approach right now, so just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Exit tier 1, the wall. And maybe after, Can. Thank you for the bits. back. Thanks to the resub. Doge, Poop, Cryo, Vic. And the gift sub Big Boy, Prime Harley, Giraffe. And the resub Austin, Quantum Computer, Rain, Ock, Planet, and Tier 1 Wall. And the resub Mike. And there's a Tier 1 Greek. And the 5 gift subs again, 12th. Thank you for that, man. Was the piss enjoyable? Yeah, it was alright. It's kind of hype. Thanks to give sub Tiny Satan. And Barry. Yeah, I'll skip the approach. I didn't think it was going to be this long.
Occasion.
Thanks to resub Batavis, Clout, and Tier 1 0. Resub Crunchy and Invisible.
Ms. Heard, you testified
Five
that in
gift subs
January
erection.
of
Thank you, ma'am.
2015, there was an incident in Tokyo before Mr. Depp's Mordecai, the film Mordecai's premiere. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Never heard of
You
that
told
movie.
this jury that on this occasion, Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back.
That's correct. In the closet.
And you also told this jury that you wore a backless dress to the Mordecai premiere that very same night.
I did.
And you testified that you were checking for bruises in the car on the way back, on the way to the event to make sure that there were, quote, no visible marks, right?
I was checking on my phone after the event to make sure that that you couldn't see anything.
Your testimony was that you were checking in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were no marks on your back.
Perhaps I misspoke or I misunderstood. It was on the way back from it. Was after I was concerned. After, concerned that there would be marks in any photographs since we were
Tough.
being photographed at Johnny's press event.
And you didn't show this jury a picture
Is it
of
Tier
you
1
in that
tuna?
backless dress, though, did you?
I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry.
You didn't show this
What?
jury
What?
a
What was
picture
confusing?
of you at the Mordecai premiere wearing a backless dress, did you?
I haven't had the opportunity to.
Okay,
I assume you have it.
I do.
Goddamn right.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit
Thanks to
1256.
resub Perspicity, Eagles, Seppuku, Grudge, and the 5 gift subs Ghost again. Thank you, man.
This is a picture of you
Prime ID and gift sub
Mr.
Tiny.
Depp, or the back of you, at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, correct, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Your Honor, I move to admit and publish this picture.
Art 1256 in evidence.
And your sub Geocal. Bro, the judge sounds like so happy.
This is you in the backless dress at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, right?
That is correct.
You would agree that there are no bruises or visible marks on your back in this picture.
No, not that I could see.
I'll show you one other photo. If we could please have Plaintiff's Exhibit 1257.
I see a mark. That's what I was wondering. I thought this was a scratch, and I was like, oh, so she did have a scratch. But I'm guessing this is a tattoo? I don't know what that is. It is a tattoo? She has red text tattoo? Is it supposed to be red? Or is it just like a new tattoo? Oh, it's just actually supposed to be red. Why? That's weird. I've never seen red text tattoos before. Makes it hard to read, I imagine. There's a Tier 1 Grade, Tier 1 Red, and Tier 1 Lombraman. And there's some Quick and Kyle and Shoe. Spelling error. Oh, true, yeah, I guess maybe her original text tattoo was spelled incorrectly, so like a teacher, she came in with the red ink above it for all the corrections.
Back in this picture.
No, not that I could see.
I'll show you one other photo. If we could please have Plaintiff's Exhibit 1257.
I see them all the time, they're only hard to read from a distance. Hey, fair enough. I've
This is a
just never
front
seen red
angle
text
picture
tattoos.
of you and Mr. Depp at that premiere, correct?
That is correct.
Move to admit plaintiff's exhibit
Give Sub-Zero and the Resub-Ivanator.
1257.
All right, 1257 in evidence.
And the 5 gift subs again goes. Thank you, man.
I'll show you one more picture. Plaintiff's exhibit 1258. And again, Ms. Heard, this is you and Mr. Depp at the Mordecai premiere.
That's what I figured would happen,
Yes, it
Boyd.
is.
Sorry to hear about your uncle.
Move to admit plaintiff's exhibit
Bet that shit hurt.
1258.
All right, 1258 in evidence. Publish.
And that's the backless dress, right, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
You also told this jury about an incident in Australia in March of 2015.
Yes, that's correct.
And the bits Milker
You
and
testified
Blaze.
that after this alleged incident, you had cuts on your forearms, right?
Yes, that's true.
And you testified that you had cuts on the bottoms of your feet as well.
Yes, that's true.
And you testified that you had a bruise across your jaw from when Mr. Depp, quote, clocked you in the face, end quote.
That's true.
You didn't take any pictures of these injuries while you were in Australia, did you?
I don't think I took any pictures.
You just took 2 pictures of Mr. Depp's writing on a mirror. Isn't that right?
I believe so, yes.
So you had your phone on you, right?
At some point I did have my phone.
And your iPad?
I had my iPad, I believe.
And you testified that you were also raped with a liquor bottle in Australia, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
You testified you bled from your vagina as a result of that sexual assault.
Yes.
There aren't any medical records reflecting that you sought medical treatment for any of these injuries, are there?
I did not seek medical treatment after Australia, no.
Not for the rape?
No, I did not want to tell anyone.
Not for the cuts?
No,
Not for the injuries to your face?
I didn't need to.
You also told the jury about an incident on December 15, 2015, right?
So that incident right there with the writing on the wall. So she took pictures of that shit she was talking about with the paint, where Johnny Depp was like writing weird shit in paint on the wall. Is that the same timeline? With his finger? Oh, that's right. Yeah, with his finger, where he was writing and his like finger cut it, like his finger cut, or whatever. Okay, so that's the same one. Exorcism, Deadshot, Korean, Papa Cat, Jake, the gift sub Enigma, and the Prime MCE.
Where? I'm sorry.
And the resub Guano.
December 15th, 2015.
Yes, that's correct.
You told this jury that after this incident, you had a broken nose.
Hey, Drifty.
It certainly felt like it.
Thanks for sub op.
Sir, do you recall giving testimony on day 16th in this trial? You were
Yes,
under
I do.
oath, right?
Yes.
You have.
Thanks to Tier 1 Viper Speed and the Bits Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of broken nose claims. With no medical attention to them anytime. She's got super regenerative powers. It's like the Deadpool.
I will do. Thank you, Judy.
Thanks to the Bits Trumpet and the Prime Zuck. The resub Zap.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
All right, yes, ma'am.
And would you like a copy? sir?
Yes, please.
Thanks to the gift sub Joseph. And Prime Wrench.
If I can please direct your attention, Ms. Heard, to page of day 16, 4593. the jury trial's transcript.
Don't they still have someone on staff that transcribes these in real time? Or is that obsolete now with technology? Weird time to pause. I'm just curious. Yeah, it is still just a person that's Man, hats off to them. That was such a fat bundle of papers, and to transcribe over 8.5 hours worth of deliberation is crazy. Is the resub neato? It's a form of shorthand. Doesn't make it any less impressive.
Lines 8 through 13.
On which page? I'm sorry.
4593.
Is a tier 1 crisis in the resub toaster?
Yes.
Starting on line 8. I thought I probably had a concussion and certainly thought, excuse me, strike that, let's start over. I thought I probably had a concussion and certainly that I had a broken nose. There was blood everywhere, blood all over the pillows. My head was bleeding from the ripped out hair, chunks of hair on the floor, all over the place.
I remember this
actually.
part.
So lines 9. That I had a broken nose.
Before cross-exam, when she
Recall
said
giving
that.
that testimony, Ms. Heard?
Yes, exactly.
So you had a broken nose, right?
That's absolutely what I thought.
And you told the jury that you had 2 black eyes after this incident, right?
I did have 2 black eyes after that incident.
And you testified that you also had a busted lip from when Mr. Depp punched you.
That is correct. From December, yes, that's correct.
You testified that the lip wound kept reopening when you moved your mouth.
That's correct.
You also testified that you had bruising on your temple
That's correct.
and bruising on your chin.
Is resub Lawwood Enigma Big
Correct.
Boy in the
You also
resub
testified
ID.
that your head was
Sebastian.
bleeding from where Mr. Depp ripped chunks of your hair out.
I remember, yes.
And that you had, quote, gross, pussy, and, quote, bruising around your temple.
In my scalp, yeah.
Now, for this incident, you did take pictures.
That's correct.
And we will look at some of those in a minute, but I first want to talk to you about your appearance on the James Corden show.
Oh,
Sure.
fuck.
Can I close
You
this?
weren't lying. James Corden makes an appearance. Oh.
You appeared on the James Corden show the day after this alleged incident, right?
I did.
And that was December 16th, 2015?
Yes, that's correct.
Let's please pull up a clip of your appearance from that evening. If we could, Plaintiff's Exhibit
is it?
35.
522, your
And for
subs
the
ghost.
record, we will only be playing a portion of
Thank you,
this, so
Ghost.
we will call it Plaintiff's Exhibit 35A.
All right, any objection? 35A in evidence.
Thanks, resub censored
I grew up,
casserole
in Texas riding
and
horses.
vanity.
Oh, really?
You know,
Not a big ballet community out there in Texas.
not so much. Shooting guns, yes, but ballet, no. So I wanted to train for it, and there were some ballet sequences that we wanted to have the option to incorporate into the movie. So I trained forever, and I have 2 left feet. I'm the most klutzy person in the world, and I have no grace.
Right.
So I knew.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry, but it's not published to the jury. If we may have it please published.
Okay, thank you.
Apologies. If we can please start that over.
Oh, double dose of James Corden. Oh my god.
I grew up, in Texas riding horses, and
Oh, really?
Not
Not a big ballet community out there in Texas.
not so much. Shooting guns, yes, but ballet, no. So I wanted to train for it, and there were some ballet sequences that we wanted to have the option to incorporate into the movie. So I trained forever, and I have 2 left feet. I'm the most klutzy person in the world, and I have no grace.
Right.
So I knew I had to train for it, and what they don't tell you, I crammed about
There's your
3
Beal
months of solid
and
training
Aceta.
in, and I'm kind of like working my way up from the floor and learning the technical aspect of ballet, and I've got these dances down technically perfectly. I'm learning all the movements, but the last thing we get to are the hands. And I haven't yet got to that point, but everything else is working, and I'm acting it up on my face, and I'm selling the ballet. And I think I'm doing really good at this point, kind of nailing it. And so I send videos and images to my friends to like get encouragement and look for their support. And everyone shoots back, "What's with the claw hand?" And I look and I realize like all that stress and fear of performing and doing this thing had just kind of like funneled out through the one thing that I hadn't yet like
What were your hands doing?
So I'd be doing this amazing, you know, I'd be doing like a jump with a back bend, and you could see this like graceful falling, and my hands are like. And my face though is like, I've got that you saw in the clip, like this beautiful 1920s, you know, stage makeup on and like flower.
At the very
crowns
least,
and all
James
this.
Corden's not
And then
talking
my
much.
hand, and my face, and then my
So it
hand.
could be worse. Hey, VLC. They use VLC in court?
That was you on the James Corden show on December 16th, 2015, right, Ms. Heard?
That was.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 98.
There's the prime. Sidhu and Kedio.
These are pictures of you on the James Corden show on December 16th, 2015, right, Ms. Heard?
They look like freeze frames, like screen grabs. Stills. They're not like it's not like a photo shoot, it doesn't seem.
But on the James Corden show, correct?
From that appearance, yes.
Move to admit and publish Plaintiff's Exhibit 98.
Any objection? All right. And Ms. Bernhoff, you could move the microphone and turn it on for you, so Judy and I are having trouble hearing you.
Sorry about that.
All right, thank you. All right, 98 in evidence. Thank you.
If I got my ass beat like hardcore and then went on the James Corden show, I'd say the James Corden show would be more painful.
That's a
I could get
photo
hit with a
of
fucking
you
sledgehammer
opening
and
your
James
mouth
Corden
on
would
the
still be
right,
worse.
Right?
That's correct.
And again, a larger view of the same photo on the bottom
That's correct.
with a split lip.
You've seen pictures of it without makeup. Yes.
So you had a split lip when you
I
were
sure
moving
did.
your mouth that way
I sure did.
in those photographs.
Absolutely.
Okay. You did take pictures of your alleged injuries after December 15th, correct? And you showed those to this jury?
Is it for a gift
Sure
subs
did,
razor?
yes.
Okay. Let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 516, which is already in evidence. You testified that this is a picture of you after the incident on December 15th, 2015, right?
It was.
And if we could also please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 517, which is also in evidence.
That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is also a picture of you after the incident on December 15th,
He's using
2015.
shyster.
That's correct.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 409, which is already in evidence.
Oh, they're using a People magazine article for evidence? Oh, it's this one.
These
The one that
pictures
started
ended
it
up
all.
in People magazine in June of 2016. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
You gave these pictures to People magazine after you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic abuse, didn't you?
I didn't personally know.
This was you protecting Mr. Depp after you got the restraining order against him, isn't it?
No, this is him calling me a liar and me forcing to prove it, as I mentioned to you earlier.
So you did give these pictures to People magazine?
No, I gave these pictures actually to my lawyers and my representatives at the time.
So it's your testimony, Ms. Heard, that your lawyers and representatives gave these pictures of their client to People magazine in the middle of a contentious divorce?
I certainly did not personally give it, no.
Man, they're about to be disbarred. I'll tell you what. Okay.
You also have a
They're
medical
sweating.
record from after the December 15th, 2015 incident, don't you?
A partial one, yes.
You went to see Dr. Kipper's office a couple days later.
That's right. He wasn't in the office.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 47, which is already in evidence?
Thanks, Teresa. Peanut, bully beef, Sam, Matanio and the 5 new subs again. Ghost. Thank you, man. And the resub.
This is your medical record
Uni
for
and
December
Armo.
17th, 2015, isn't it, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I don't think so, no. I don't think I spoke to Kipper. I didn't speak to Kipper that day. And
But you
I
went
didn't,
to Dr. Kipper's office and were seen, correct?
I went to Dr. Kipper's office for a concussion check.
Right, okay. And this medical record is from that visit, correct?
Partially, yes.
Scroll down, please, if we could.
Fuck.
The signature, Kipper, down below. This is the entirety of the medical record, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, what I meant by partial is I didn't talk about what happened to me. I didn't get into my injuries.
Oh, I
I
see.
didn't get into what happened or ask for anything other than should I get some sort of scan done.
But this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I'd have to read it in full, but I don't know.
Well, let's do that.
What was their thought process there? Like, yeah, I'd have to read it later. Well, I mean, obviously we're gonna read it now. It's right here. Like, there was no way of getting around that. It is just, they have the whole thing. What a horrible idea. Like, what a dog shit strategy.
Well, under skin, on the second page, it reads intact, normal color, moisture, hair distribution, texture, turgor. No signs of, oh, this is going to be hard, cyanosis, mottling, jaundice.
It also says I'm a well-nourished male.
Right. I have no idea what that means.
I think this medical record's missing a lot of things.
Yeah, but it doesn't document any physical injuries.
Doesn't seem to be documenting anything.
Probably because there was nothing to document, right, Ms. Heard?
I disagree with you on that.
You don't have any medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with
What was
Mr.
she
Depp,
talking
do
about
you?
with the malnourished male part? I don't see that here. And it's too foggy to read. Was it somewhere here? It was the top line. Oh, malnourished male. Oh, yeah, malnourished male in NAD, alert and oriented ×4. Yeah, what does that mean? Anyone more knowledgeable than me? What does that mean? NAD stands for no acute distress. Oh, so it's okay. Then there's no way that's malnourished male. I imagine it's going to be well-nourished male. There's got to be a way of reading that.
Moisture, hair
Because that wouldn't that, if it was a malnourished patient, wouldn't that immediately be like some kind of acute
distribution,
distress?
texture,
I would think, right?
turgor. No signs.
It does say well. Man, how can you guys fucking read that? Jesus Christ.
Second page. It reads intact, normal color, moisture, hair distribution, texture, turgor.
Oh, you're right. I just saw it. I saw it. Right before it went up, I can tell it says well. Yeah. General well-nourished male NAD. Non-acute distress. Okay. There. I can see it now right before they zoom in. It does not say malnourished. Nothing abnormal detected. No apparent distress. Okay, so we're getting different answers for what NAD stands for, but all of it seems to be no something, distress, disease, abnormality, normal.
Second page.
It also says I'm a well-nourished male.
Right. Medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
Thanks, Yusuf
I
Bromwell,
saw an
Coleman,
ENT
and Brian
after my
Azrael.
relationship ended.
And you saw an ENT, it's your testimony under oath that you saw an ENT for broken noses that you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp?
No, but the ENT told me I sustained
Objection.
multiple fractures.
No, I'm going to move to strike. Your
I'll
Honor.
sustain the objection. I'll move it to strike.
Thank you. So again, just to try my question, there's no medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp, is there, Ms. Heard?
I don't know what made it in evidence, but I do know that I documented that visit and that everything was given to my attorneys.
Ms. Heard, you never went
Man.
to see any doctor
She hates her legal
or
team.
surgeon to treat a broken nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp. Yes or no?
I never sought treatment for broken nose while I was with Johnny.
Or after you were with Mr. Depp as a result of any injuries you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp.
Afterwards, yes, I did.
And you didn't produce those medical records in this case.
I would object, Your Honor. She did.
I did.
I don't know. All right.
They have not been produced, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
they've not only
All right,
been
if you would
produced.
come and approach.
So are they here or are they not here? Where are they at? Is her lawyer wiping her ass with him? There's the Prime Shadow and the Resub Ninja and Jared. And the Prime Sav and the Resub Dragon. What's up? Yeah, I know. I saw. That's unlucky. Skip through the approach. No, it was quick, see? We're fine. I don't want to miss anything. Thanks for 5 gift subs.
You
Expat.
don't have any medical records reflecting that